Let's shift gears now, shall we? South Africa generates over 12 million tons of waste every year. Now, the Social TV Foundation wants to change the way we think about and deal with waste. And it's using an online game to do it. Pick It Up, as it's called, has been completely locally developed and will be available for both Apple and Android devices. Let's talk more about this now with the Foundation's CEO, Candice du Preez, who joins us from Johannesburg. Candice, thank you so much for joining us. South Africa, 12.7 million tons of waste per year, and it's probably more than that as we speak. Why a game to try and educate about this issue?
Good morning, and good morning to your viewers, and thank you for having me. So the reason for a game, and perhaps let me just take a step back and then I'll just kind of give it context. So Social TV Foundation is the brainchild of Social TV, which is an online news platform that focuses on CSI, CSR, and social impact newsworthy stories. And you can imagine over the last 8 years, the amount of stories that we have received around companies trying to get involved in making a change and uplifting the environment, and especially when it comes to recycling. But it seems to be making few and far, impacts. We're still sitting with stats that only 9% of all plastic is recycled. Over 79% of plastic that is collected from landfills. So we really aren't, as a society in South Africa, doing much about recycling. So what we did was then decided, well, how do we take these headlines, and recycling is the first of many to come, how do we take this headline and get it to our generation that we can still make an impact with? And that's our Gen Zers. So the younger generation, how do we ensure that we are driving social consumers? And because the gaming industry is one of the largest industries, I mean, they say that some of the stats are that people spend over 3 billion hours a week gaming. And Gen Zers, which are the age of 5 to 25, spend between 6 to 8 hours on their phone. Why not transform the way news is consumed and put that into a game? And that's what we've done. So the game is developed in conjunction with B-Style Digital and Social TV Foundation by a youth group out of Limpopo. So it is proudly South African, and it really focuses on instilling good behavior, good recycling habits, educating. Although I say youth and the youngsters, it really is for anybody that enjoys playing a game on their cell phone. Mm-hmm. And it really is an opportunity to, like I said, to start educating.
I suppose, Candice, the idea here is that in as much as you're targeting the game at younger people who spend a lot of time on their gadgets, the feeling that one gets is that because at schools and part of your curriculum, more and more of the last couple of generations, kids are learning about the impact of their actions on the earth. They're learning about recycling, and they take that home and they're telling mom and dad and grandma and grandpa, no, we need to separate our waste, we need to do this and that. I suppose there's the hope that the same will happen with this game.
That's exactly it. It's about trying to create social consumers, and we've asked companies to come on board as well, become part of that story in households. Let people know how they start recycling. I mean, there's a lovely little thing called an eco brick, very simple to make, simple to use, and you could do all sorts of projects with it. But we need companies to come on board in this game and become part of the story and start helping us educate the children. And eventually it is going to be spread. Kids today are the fastest growing consumer, and they actually impact about 80% of the spend in a household. So how can we not then influence behavior via the children as well? Come up with compost heaps, have a child develop their own. So there's a lot of things that we are really hoping this game starts turning around and starts changing mindsets about recycling.
Okay, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much. Very interesting project there. Candice du Preez from Social TV Foundation telling us about their game that they've developed. Pick It Up, it's called, hoping that will have an impact on how people just look after the space around them.